I like to watch One Piece, especially the hero, Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy ate the rubber fruit so he can stretch his arm. So today we're going to link Monkey D. Luffy, One Piece, with elasticity. If you are wondering, how do I link this Monkey D. Luffy to elasticity, then this is the video for you. Do stay until the end of the video. Welcome to Lim Economics, it's Nathan here. Today I'm going to link One Piece to elasticity. Why do I want to link this? Because Monkey D. Luffy ate the rubber fruit and his favorite move is Komono Bazooka. His arm can stretch a very long way. And this is totally related to elasticity. Because elasticity is actually about how responsive, how flexible, and how long that you can stretch. Before we go to step number 1, remember to like and subscribe my video, and I promise you will get a new free video every week. Step number 1, it will be definition. The definition of elasticity is pretty simple. It means responsiveness to something. If we are talking about price elasticity of demand, basically it refers to how the quantity demanded is responsive to the price. Percentage change in the price, increase or decrease. So we will now go to the second step. Second step will be percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. Do remember that percentage change is different from changes. Changes are just taking the differences, but percentage change requires one more step, which is taking the changes divided by the original value times 100%. You can refer to my formula. Before we go to the third step, remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and do write in the comments below and see how I link elasticity to One Piece. The third one will be, after we found the formulas, there are 5 coefficients. The first one will be perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic is when the One Piece Monkey D. Luffy got caught and he got cuffed. When he got cuffed, he cannot stretch, he cannot use his power anymore. So it will be perfectly inelastic, which is perfectly vertical line. And if you use some imaginary line on top, you will see that it's totally like a perfect eye. So just remember, perfect eye stands for perfectly inelastic, which means the consumers are totally not responsive to the price percentage change. The second will be perfectly elastic. It's perfect E. Think about the original E, not Lao G, but perfect E. Use imaginary line and you will see the diagram behind. Perfect E means it can totally stretch. Monkey D. Luffy can shoot here, can shoot there, can use gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4 without limits. Because only on one price, the quantity demanded will be infinite. That's why the value will be infinite as well. For previous one, I just find out that I forgot to talk about the coefficient of the previous one. Perfectly inelastic, the coefficient will be 0. But for this, the coefficient will be infinite. So just use imaginary line and make sure your diagrams is easier to remember. The third one will be unitary elastic. For unitary elastic, the coefficient will always be equal to 1. It's just a line with a 45-degree slope. You can think like that. So it's very simple and it's just like in between. Basically, we cannot really find an example for the 45-degree unitary elastic demand curve because it's just a benchmark. It's just for comparison purposes. Number 4 will be inelastic. Inelastic, which means the consumer can respond a little bit regardless of how high is the percentage change in the price or how low. So they will only respond, the quantity demanded will only respond by a little bit. Just like Monkey D. Luffy, maybe he already got injured. So maybe he needs 10 minutes or 10 seconds and become a small boy so he cannot move so much and so on. And if you use the imaginary line again, as you can see from behind, it is still a slanted eye, so it's not so perfect. Not perfect eye, so it's inelastic curve. The last one will be elastic demand curve. Elastic demand curve, in Monkey D. Luffy's stance, it will be just like Monkey D. Luffy used a little bit of his power, energy, and he still can stress quite a lot. And the consumers are quite responsive to the price changes, which means the percentage changed by a little bit, then the quantity demanded might move a lot. Percentage change for quantity demanded might move by a lot. And if you use imaginary line on top, you will see that it still looks like E, only that the E is not so perfect, so it's elastic. And the coefficient for elastic will be greater than 1. For the coefficient of inelastic just now, it will be between 1 and 0. So today we have talked about step number 4, because we have factors that affect the coefficient and factors that affect whether they are elastic or inelastic. The first factor may be substitutes, whether you have a lot of substitutes or a little substitutes. If you think about Monkey D. Luffy, there is only one type of fruit or rubber, for example, then they are inelastic, because regardless of who, if they want the fruit, they have to pay a high price, so they're inelastic, so no substitute. If we just talk about fruits in general, then there are a lot of substitutes inside there, because they can take the fire fruits, they can take the ice fruits, they can take the rubber fruits, they can take whatever fruits they like. Then there are a lot of substitutes, they are elastic. When there are more substitutes, the percentage change in quantity demanded will respond a lot to the price changes. This is one of the factors. Second factor may be about the proportion of income. If the good is a small proportion of income, then it will be inelastic. For example, just like chop up is just 10 belly, right? So that's why people don't care. Regardless of price changes by 100%, 200%, it's still very cheap. It's still a very small proportion of income, so it's inelastic. People will not respond too much. However, if the price of the goods form a very big proportion of the income, then it will be very elastic. For example, Monkey D. Luffy is already gone through the roof. The price of Monkey D. Luffy is like that, just behind the poster. You can see it. And people will think twice because it forms a higher proportion of the income. The third factor that affects the elasticity will be luxury or necessities. If you think that good is essential goods, just like Monkey D. Luffy cannot stop eating meat because meat for him is need, is essential. He will be hungry if he never eat anything. Then it will be inelastic. However, if the food or the other things are not essential, they're luxury products, just like diamonds or gold or whatever that you think that's luxury in the One Piece, then the demand curve will be more elastic. Number 4 can be due to habit. Habit depends on whether you are addicted or not, right? If you are like smoker like to smoke. Look at the smoker behind. Smoke 24 hours a day. Then you have the habit. Regardless of the price increase or decrease, you will not respond too much because you smoke 24 hours a day. But if you are not addicted, just like other characters, they are not addicted to smoking, then they are more responsive to the price changes. They become more elastic. And the last one will be the time to consume. The time to consume depends on longer time to consume or shorter time to consume. If you have shorter time to consume, for example, Luffy, when he see a lot of Navy, he has to run regardless of how powerful he is, because he cannot fight so many army. So what he do? He has lesser time to consume. In this scenario, he will be less responsive to the price changes, or the consumers will be less responsive. They will be inelastic to the price changes because he has no choice but to run. No time to think about choices. And if you have ample of time after you fight an enemy, you want to celebrate, you have ample of time to think, because the Navy doesn't know about you yet, so you have a lot of time to consume, then you'll be a lot more responsive to the price changes. You'll be more flexible and you will be elastic. That's all for today. To thank you for watching my video. Remember to like, subscribe and click the bell icon. If you want to work with me in my Facebook group, I have a private Facebook group, then you can click on the link in the description box below, and I will see you on the other side.